Monday, the Logan Heights area. Though we didn't know it at the time, we were witnessing the end of a 7-month undercover operation to break up a San Diego-based methamphetamine distribution network.
Silencer, 9mm.
A silenced Uzi machine gun is just part of the weapons and 35 pounds of methamphetamine agents seized in 2 days. 8 women and 24 men were also arrested in what agents say was a sophisticated distribution network.
They controlled a certain part of this city in distributing the methamphetamine to the users in Logan Heights, El Cajon, and other parts of the city.
Agents say the ring would buy methamphetamine smuggled across the border, then try to take control of other distributors in San Diego, because making the drug here has become much more difficult.
It's harder for them to get the chemicals, and now they have to go elsewhere.
That seems to be true enough, because last night in the Los Angeles area, an entire apartment building had to be evacuated as authorities discovered a meth lab, and they had to use special suits to confiscate the chemicals. As for the arrests in San Diego, it wasn't the largest of organizations, but the bust did make a dent in the distribution network.
There is always the possibility that some trafficker, someplace, will be able to organize some organization and sell enough narcotics to become a kingpin. So we want to stop them anytime, anywhere we can.
Bob Lawrence, 10 News.
People in San Diego County today. It's all part of a 7-month undercover operation into a methamphetamine ring. They also confiscated 35 pounds of the illegal drug and several weapons. Officials say the drug ring operated out of Logan Heights, East County, and South Bay. However, the drugs were actually made in Mexico.
The organization was producing their methamphetamine in Mexico for distribution not only in the San Diego area, but for this particular organization, they were distributing in the San Diego area. But the Mexican traffickers were also sending the methamphetamine to other parts of the United States.
Agents are still searching for the leaders of the drug ring. If you have any information for the DEA, you can call the hotline number. There it is right there on your screen, 1-800-649-4494.
It's quiet at the Bayview Summit Apartments, something residents couldn't say while alleged drug dealing was going on in Apartment 1.
There was always somebody waiting outside, like he was waiting for something. People would come up, they'd talk for like 10 minutes, then walk out.
I don't know who lived there. I just saw like 2 or 3 of the same people, and then you just saw a bunch of other people coming and going.
The renters in Apartment 1 were just a few of the 32 people arrested by authorities in a massive drug bust stretching across the county.
In a 7-month undercover operation that included extensive surveillance, undercover buys, and development of intelligence that finally led to their arrest.
Along with the arrests, authorities confiscated guns, $1 million in cash, and 35 pounds of methamphetamine. The Claremont apartment was just one of 7 locations where the suspects were allegedly dealing the drugs.
Residents were suspicious of the people living here in Apartment 1, and some even considered calling the police, but they didn't because they were afraid.
Like, I would bring my laundry downstairs and they would look at me like, you know, like they were really not happy with me being, you know, just doing my business, doing my laundry, and so I didn't want to stir up any trouble.
Residents won't have to now. The suspects are gone. And so is the commotion of those coming and going from Apartment 1.
Authorities are still looking for 4 more suspects. They also want to remind people there is a meth hotline if you think someone is dealing or making the drug in your neighborhood. The number, 1-800